using a Chromebook to access Blackboard and access assignments and turn them into your teachers, there are a couple of tips and tricks that we recommend that you do to make sure that you're successful. The first that's going to help you to be successful in using Blackboard and your OTHS Office 365 account is to make sure that you're signed in to your OTHS issued Chromebook. So you can click down here. If you hover over the icon or click on it, you should see your OTHS email address. If you see the words exit guest here, that means you're using the guest account. You do need to exit and then sign back in with your OTHS username and password. So actually your full OTHS email, which is your username, your first name, and your 22 number at students with an s.oths.us, and then your OTHS password. If you ever have issues with that, you can email the computer department for help with your password. That's computerdepartment@oths.us. The next thing that you can do to help yourself be successful in using your Chromebook with Blackboard and Office 365 is to make sure you're signed into Office 365 at the beginning of the day. So you can come over here if you're on an OTHS Chromebook and click on OTHS Quick Links and sign into Office 365, or you could start at the OTHS homepage, which is oths.us, and then you could sign into Office 365 from the homepage. Again, that is going to be your OTHS email and password. I'm going to switch over to my OneDrive, and then we'll go to Blackboard to show you some of the different features that you can use. So I'm going to click on Blackboard. I am going to sign in to my student view, so I've already signed in, and I'm going to go to a test course that we have so I can show you some of the different features. So many teachers put their assignments under content in Blackboard. So I'm going to go to content. A lot of teachers are breaking it down by the week of, so it might say, the week of September 14th through September 18th, and then each of the day's assignments are in there. This teacher has broken it down by day, so you can see the assignment for Monday and then turn it in the assignment for Monday. Your teacher might do it differently, so follow their protocol. But if I wanted to work on this IMC handbook assignment, I could click on the file here, or I could click on the file here. Both of them, when I click on it, it's going to open in the Microsoft Reader, so the Office Reader for Chromebook. So you can download that if you're working on your own Chromebook, but if you have an OTHS Chromebook, the Office Editor is already downloaded. And then to get it to your OneDrive, it's just a couple steps. So I want to actually edit this handbook and turn it back into my teacher. So in order to make sure everything saves correctly, I'm going to click Download, and then I can say Show in Folder. And it will take me directly to my download. So you can see I've downloaded a bunch of different things, but this is the last thing I downloaded. And I can click on it, make sure it's highlighted in that light blue. And when I do that, I can click on this More Actions option. And because I've signed into my OneDrive, you can see it's down here. OneDrive is one of the options up here. So I can click on OneDrive, and it's going to take me directly to my OneDrive. So then I would put that in the appropriate folder. So I'm just going to put it in my documents for now. And I would get an option. If I was in a folder, it would say, click the check mark to upload the document. So I am going to click that check mark, and that document will be uploaded. You can say it's preparing, it's uploading. And now I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. And I'm going to go, I've already signed in my OneDrive. I'm going to go to my documents. And look, there it is. So you can see it says IMC Tour Handbook. There's that UTF-8 on the side of it. So that's a funny name that the Chromebook gives. I could choose to rename that and maybe just call it IMC Handbook Tour without the UTF-8. So I'll delete all that and rename it. And then I can click on it and get started working on it. I am in my OneDrive. So I went to my OneDrive, I uploaded it to my OneDrive, I opened it from my OneDrive, and now when I make changes, all of my changes will be saved to my OneDrive. So I would type my name, and then I would read through the directions. I could go to this link, I can take the tour, and I can follow the directions here. I would write in my 3 facts. And then once I was done and I finished the whole thing, I would make sure it says saved up here. So it can say saving, but I know that everything is saved here. And when I'm ready to turn it in, I can go back to Blackboard. The great thing about the OneDrive is I could also close out of this, and then later I could open it up and all of my changes would be saved. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, and then I wrote the word fax are all there, even though I just did it seconds ago. I can open this up from my phone. I can open it up from a PC, but just by logging into my OneDrive, all of it's going to be there. And again, I can open it up from my Chromebook too. Now, when I want to turn it in, I can go back to my content folder, go to that week of folder, and I'm going to click on the assignment. I can tell it's an assignment I need to turn in because of the pencil and the ruler. And now I'm going to say that I want to browse cloud storage because I saved it to my OneDrive, which is a cloud-based drive. So I'm going to browse cloud storage, and it's just giving me a message helping me to make sure that I don't give away any information. I am already signed into OneDrive for Business because I use this Chromebook for other features when I'm teaching students how to do things. But if you're not signed in, you will have some different options here. So you'll have OneDrive and you might have Dropbox. You want to make sure you're choosing OneDrive for Business. So for business, make sure you choose that one. And then you're going to sign in with your OTHS email and your OTHS password. After you do that one time, you probably won't have to do it again. It'll remember you just like mine remembered me. Then I would go to that folder. I would find my assignment, I would click on it and hit select, and I will make sure that it pops up down here. So I'm going to give it a minute, and then I would click submit. After I click submit, I want to make sure that whatever shows up here is all of the work that I actually did. So I'm going to give it a minute to convert. This is exactly what the teacher sees. It looks almost exactly the same for the teacher. And I can see I have my name, I have my fax. That was the last thing I did. If I had worked on this more, I would want to scroll down, and I would want to make sure that all of my information that I wrote was here. And I really did upload the final version of that document. If I didn't, I could always, if my teacher allows, click on Start New. But if everything looks correct, then you know that your assignment has been uploaded. You have the success. You should also get an email that says your submission was received and you're good to go. So that's one way that you can work on assignments using your OneDrive and Blackboard to make sure that you are saving things correctly and turning things in correctly. Another option that the Chromebooks have is if your teacher uploads something as a PDF, you could write on it. So that is another option, and I'm going to show you that now. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to go to this math assignment. So it's attached as a PDF here. It's also attached as a PDF here. And again, some math teachers might ask you to do it this way, or maybe another teacher. So I have a very simple PDF. And when I open it up as a PDF, you can see it looks much different than it did when I opened a Word document. But one of the things that I have here is this annotate pin. If you do not have an OTHS Chromebook, you might not have the latest PDF viewer on your Chromebook, so you need to download that latest PDF viewer to get that pin. Same thing if you're working from a desktop or a laptop and you're like, oh, I want a pin on my PDF reader. You just need to download the latest version. Then I can actually write on here, and I can scroll down, and I could do this with my mouse, or many of the OTHS Chromebooks come with a pin in the upper right-hand corner. If they're touchscreen, you could also do your finger. But I can write my work here. And now what I would do, now that all of that's on there, is I could click download. And I could say I want to put this in my algebra homework. You can see I have a couple examples there already. And I can say, you know, math addition, whatever the assignment was called. And then I would click save. So I've downloaded it and I've saved it. Now I can go to my files, and I'm going to go to, went to my downloads, I'm going to go to my algebra assignments, and I can see there's that PDF there. I have two options now. I could upload this from my Chromebook, and that is definitely an option. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. You can also see you have your OneDrive over here, so that is an option. You could also put it in your OneDrive, but I'm going to show you how you could upload this directly from your Chromebook since you saved it to your Chromebook. Okay, if I did go ahead and make changes on this, so like if I wanted to make changes again, it would be important that I downloaded it again. So the changes aren't saving automatically necessarily. So like if I did another assignment, sorry, I have to click on the pen. So I'm going to do another assignment. Maybe I have to write in the rest of them. You can see there's nothing that's saying that anything's being saved automatically, so I would want to download that again. I'm not going to, because I'm going to show you what it looks like when we upload it. So I'm going to go back to content, and I'm going to go to my week of folder. I'm going to scroll down to my math assignment where it says turn in, and again I can see it's an assignment where I can submit it because it has the pencil and the ruler. And now, instead of going to the browse cloud storage, I did save this to my Chromebook. So I downloaded it and I saved it to my Chromebook. I'm going to choose browse my computer. I'm going to go to my algebra folder, so I'm going to go back to my files and then algebra assignments and then that addition math. And now I'm going to make sure it's there, and then I'm going to click submit. Let's load. And we give it time. And then see, you can see the last version I downloaded is the one that I was able to upload. So it had my name, it had my work, but it didn't have that other version I wrote because I didn't download and save that version. So again, the more work you do, make sure you're saving it at the end or saving it when you stop so that you have a version you can work with. All right, so that is how to save files to your Chromebook, upload them to your OneDrive, work on them on your OneDrive, submit them via cloud storage on your OneDrive or to your Blackboard, and then also how to save a PDF or to work on a PDF in Blackboard, save it to your Chromebook, and then upload a file from your Chromebook. So if you had other files on your Chromebook that you wanted to upload, maybe a video file or another file you had saved to your Chromebook, you can always find your files. It's an icon that looks like this. Or you can go to your launcher and your files might be here, or your file, you might have to search for your file. So if you don't see it, you can always type in the word files and your files will come up. So that's a great option for using your Chromebook, is to save something to it. If you have any questions, you can email the computer department at computerdepartment@oths.us. Thank you and good luck with your work.